Hello and welcome. This is Kathleen Lovito, and I will be your host for today's webinar entitled Eliminating the Widow's Tax, Important Changes You Need to Know. AAFMAA stands for American Armed Forces Mutual Aid Association and is the longest standing not-for-profit association that empowers military families with affordable financial solutions. AAFMAA focuses exclusively on the needs of the military family and works to provide innovative, personalized, and lifestyle-appropriate financial solutions. We accomplish this by being the premier provider of affordable life insurance, expert investment management, and customized residential mortgages, and exclusive survivor assistance services, all for the military community, not for profit. This presentation is educational. It is for general information only and is not specific investment, legal, or tax advice for any of you individually. Do not rely on this presentation alone to guide your life insurance decisions. Since each individual situation is unique, the life insurance that benefits you the most will not necessarily be the same as another current or former service member. For individual advice, please contact us directly. We produce this webinar series in-house with our own professional staff as a service to our members and to help them better understand the resources available to them. Our presenters today are Lynn Babin, Manager of Member and Survivor Benefits, and Jody Newman, Team Leader of VA Claims Coordination at AAFMAA. I will now go ahead and turn it over to Lynn and Jody to begin the presentation.
Thank you, Kathleen, and welcome everyone. Last year, many of you in the audience attended our webinar titled Understanding the Widow's Tax. I hope the information you learned formed the foundation for the subject of today's webinar, the repeal of the widow's tax. Although many of the details are still being worked on, our AAFMAA team felt it was important to provide you with the information surrounding this topic and the effect it will have on survivors' benefits in the future. So let's get started with today's agenda, and I'm going to turn it over to Jody.
Okay, thank you, Lynn, and welcome everyone. I'm Jody, and I'm happy to be here today to provide valuable information concerning an important topic. In the next few minutes, we will review the 2020 National Defense Authorization Act. We'll take a look at the SBP and the DIC benefits. We'll examine the widow tax offset repeal. We'll explain what the tax is and the impact of the changes that are going to come. We'll review how to prepare and what you can do now. And finally, we'll answer your questions. So in this webinar today, we want to explain to you the changes that are coming in regard to the phased elimination of the SBP DIC offset. This is commonly referred to as the widow's tax. Lynn, can you tell me how this repeal became law?
Sure, Jody. On December 20th, 2019, the President signed the National Defense Authorization Act legislation. In this document was a section to repeal the widow's tax. Previously, this specific legislation had never made it to the approved budget. The dedicated work from the military organizations and lobbyists have resulted in this well-earned benefit for the spouses of service members who died as a result of a VA service-connected condition. This benefit offset affects more than 65,000 military families, and this averages a cost of about $11,000 per year. So one of the components of this legislation is the Survivor Benefit Plan, which is a DoD benefit elected at the time when a service member retires. This is known as the Survivor Benefit Annuity, which is based on a percentage of the service member's retired pay and is paid to the eligible beneficiary. A military retiree pays premiums for SBP coverage upon retiring. The benefit is administered by the Defense Finance Accounting and Service, known as DFAS. And Jody, I'm going to turn it over to you. Can you explain the DIC?
Sure. So first we need to understand that DIC stands for Dependents Indemnity Compensation. This is a benefit paid by the VA when the veteran's death has been deemed to be service-connected. What that means is that the cause of death on the death certificate relates to a service-connected condition. Keep in mind that DIC is a tax-free benefit. And Lynn, as you know, our survivor benefits team here at AAFMAA assists our survivors with making these applications every single day.
That's correct, Jody.
Yeah. So now that we know what SBP is and what DIC is, we can move on to the term widow's tax. Currently, Dependents Indemnity Compensation offsets the money a widow would receive from SBP dollar for dollar. This offset got coined by the name widow's tax many years ago. And just a reminder that SBP is elected by the service member. DIC is a benefit that must be applied for, and the VA must grant this benefit based on a service-connected death.
So the 40-year battle has come to an end.
The widow's tax has been axed. So let's explore the plan going forward. The repeal is a phased-in approach, evolving over the next 3 years. In summary, you'll see no changes to either of these benefits this year. However, starting in 2021, the offset will be reduced by 1/3. Then, in 2022, the offset will be reduced by 2/3. And finally, in 2023, there will be no more offset. Lynn, there's another benefit here that I think we need to address. Can you cover SSIA?
Sure, Jody. So SSIA is Special Survivor Indemnity Allowance. So when the widows and their advocates voiced their dissatisfaction with the offset, the Special Survivor Indemnity Allowance was created in an effort to partially restore some of the survivor benefit plan amount that was being offset. Currently, SSIA is $324 per month and is a COLA adjusted taxable benefit. Eligible survivors will continue to receive SSIA up to the amount of SBP that is offset due to the DIC, whichever is less. SSIA will no longer be paid once the SBP DIC offset is fully eliminated in 2023, and surviving spouses receive the full SBP and DIC concurrently without the offset.
I think it might be helpful to take a closer look at what these changes might look like with some examples. Keep in mind, everybody, that we've created these as illustrations only, and they are not exact. So looking at how this is going to be in the future, this year, the year 2020, there are no changes. In this example, we're showing an SBP payment of $3,300. We know that DIC is currently $1,340, so right now that is our offset. Taking the $3,300 and subtracting $1,340, we are left with an SBP payment of $1,960. This is taxable income. The VA pays DIC at the rate of $1,340, which is tax-free, and then DFAS steps in and pays the SSIA payment of $324. This leaves today's survivor with a monthly benefit of $3,624, of which $1,960 is taxable income. So looking forward into the first changes that occur in 2021, the offset now gets reduced by 1/3. As you can see from this illustration, we're still working with the same SBP amount of $3,300, but now the amount of the offset is reduced to $893. This leaves an adjusted SBP payment of $2,407. The DIC and the SSIA payments remain the same, and the total monthly benefit is increased to $4,071. So here we can see the differences in the benefits between 2020 and 2021. Let's move on to see what happens in 2022. In 2022, the offset gets reduced by 2/3, starting again with an SBP benefit of $3,300. You now see the offset amount is reduced to $447, leaving an SBP payment of $2,853. DIC and SSIA are also paid for a monthly total now at $4,517. Here you can see the increase in the amount of the monthly benefit total as the offset is being reduced. The taxable monthly amount is $2,853. And finally, in 2023, the offset is no longer factored in. The SBP amount of $3,300 is paid in its entirety. DIC is paid, but SSIA now goes away. The total monthly benefit has now increased to $4,640 with a taxable amount of $3,300. So you can see from this chart the differences between these 4 years and how it's going to affect the payouts. So moving forward, there are policies that are still being written. There's processes that need to be put in place and various other tasks that they need to do to get ready to implement this benefit change. But the important takeaways for us today are that this year nothing changes. The first change in payment will occur on February 1st, 2021. The next change in benefit payment will occur on February 1st, 2022. And then finally on February 1st, 2023, full payment of SBP will occur with no offset. The reason for the February 1st pay dates are because these benefits are always paid in arrears.
Thank you so much for your thorough explanation, Jody,
Sure.
and how the SBP and DIC offset repeal will affect our families. So what can you do now? First, visit the DFAS website at www.dfas.mil and establish a MyPay account if you haven't already done so. Make sure all contact and personal information is accurate and make any necessary updates. Special note here, you do not need to notify DFAS or the VA. They have the information necessary to set this all up for you. Right now, they are preparing computer systems, staff, processes, and procedures for an efficient rollout. Be advised at this time that they are not able to provide estimates of your benefits. And finally, if you're an AAFMAA member, now is a good time to ensure we have the essential documents to assist with your survivor benefits. And these documents include the DD-214 number 4, VA award letters listing your conditions, marriage certificate, and divorce decrees if applicable. All these essential documents can be uploaded to your secure digital vault on our member center at aafmaa.com/member center. So we've covered a lot of information today, and we are available to answer any of your questions. So I see that we do have some questions from the audience, and I'll start with them here. So, will there be retroactive compensation?
No, Lynn, back payments are not authorized under this legislation. Surviving spouses of retirees who were subject to the SBP DIC offset received either a partial or a full refund of premiums to account for the reduced SBP payments. So there's no retroactive compensation.
Okay, thanks for that clarification.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
The next question that we have here is, will I have to repay the SBP premium refund that I did receive?
That's pretty important. And the answer to this one is also no. If you received a refund of SBP premiums due to this offset, you do not have to worry about paying back those premiums. That was not included in this law. So no worries there.
Thank you, Jody.
Mm-hmm. So where can we go to find out more information then?
So the best source is the DFAS website. We've provided the link here, and DFAS has been good at updating the information as it becomes available. And as Kathleen mentioned, my job here is managing our member and survivor benefits team. I'm also a military spouse, and I'm committed to ensuring you know about your benefits and entitlements and much more. Our team here at AAFMAA will also stay on top of this legislation and any other changes that will affect you and your family. We will post information in our newsletter and to the Learning Hub at the link shown on this slide. Here at AAFMAA, we take care of our veterans and survivors every day, and we are passionate about making sure you are getting all the benefits you are entitled to. That's why we feel it's important to explain these benefits and how they affect you. AAFMAA has been committed to our military and their families since 1879, and we are proud to serve you today.
That's the truth.
Thank you so much, Linda and Jody. That was a great and informative presentation that's going to help so many of our members. If you have any questions after leaving this presentation, please feel free to reach out to our team directly, either using the phone number here on the slide or the email here on our slide, memberbenefits@aafmaa.com, and we can get back to you within a few days of this presentation. Again, always visit us online at aafmaa.com. Again, as Lynn and Jody mentioned, we post the latest news on any of these updates so that you can be provided with the most up-to-date information. If you'd like to view this webinar again at any time or would like to view any of our past webinars or register for new webinars, you can do so at aafmaa.com/webinars. That's aafmaa.com/webinars. We have new webinars every few weeks. And again, if you need anything from us, always feel free to reach out. We help our military community every day, and it was our pleasure to do so. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you at the next presentation.